Have you ever stood in front of a mirror and felt like you were looking at a stranger? Well, what if I told you that your reflection could be the key to unlocking your hidden potential? Imagine being able to transform your confidence, boost your charisma, and achieve your goals, all by using a simple technique that takes just minutes a day. Sounds too good to be true, right? But here's the kicker. This isn't some new age fad or snake oil promise. This is a powerful method that's been used by world leaders, successful entrepreneurs, and even famous athletes. I'm talking about the mirror technique, a game-changing strategy popularized by Claude M. Bristol. Now, you might be thinking, great, another self-help gimmick. But hold on. This technique is so effective that it's been used by the likes of Winston Churchill and Woodrow Wilson. So, what exactly is the mirror technique, and how can it work for you? Well, that's exactly what we're going to dive into today. By the end of this video, you'll have a step-by-step guide to harnessing the power of your own reflection. And trust me, you'll be shocked at what happens next. It's simple, it's powerful, and best of all, it's something you can start doing right now. Let's jump in. Picture this, a lavish hotel suite filled with the who's who of industry, newspaper publishers, bankers, and industrial tycoons. They're all gathered for one reason, to hear about a groundbreaking new method in nil operations. But there's a problem. Our host, a wealthy inventor with patents in logging and sawmill machinery, is stumbling drunk. As dinner time approaches, our intoxicated host staggers into his bedroom. Disaster seems imminent. But wait, what happens next is nothing short of miraculous. The host grabs the dresser, stares into the mirror, and begins to mumble. "John, you old fool," he slurs. "They tried to get you drunk, but you're going to fool them. You're sober. Cold sober. This is your party, and you've got to be sober." As he repeats these words, fixated on his reflection, something extraordinary happens. His body straightens, his facial muscles tighten, and the drunken haze lifts from his eyes. In just 5 minutes, he transforms from a stumbling mess into a composed, confident man. When he returns to the dining room, he delivers a compelling presentation, leaving his guests none the wiser about his earlier state. This, my friends, is the power of the mirror technique. But here's the kicker. This isn't just a tall tale. This event was witnessed firsthand by Claude M. Bristol, the man who would go on to popularize this technique. It's a testament to the incredible potential locked within our minds, waiting to be unleashed. Now, you might be thinking, that's great for a drunk businessman, but how can it help me? Well, buckle up, because we're about to dive into the nitty-gritty of how you can harness this power for yourself. All right, let's roll up our sleeves and get into the meat of the mirror technique. Don't worry, you won't need any special equipment or a psychology degree, just a mirror and a dash of determination. Step 1. Find your reflection canvas. First things first, you need a mirror. Now, I'm not talking about those tiny compact mirrors that barely show half your face. You need something substantial. Ideally, you should be able to see yourself from the waist up. Full-length mirrors are great, but not necessary. Even a decent-sized bathroom mirror will do the trick. Step 2. Strike a power pose. Remember those old war movies where soldiers stand at attention? That's your next move. Stand tall, pull those shoulders back, and suck in that gut. Yes, even if you've just had a big meal. Imagine a string pulling the top of your head towards the ceiling. This posture isn't just about looking good. It's about feeling powerful. Step 3. Breathe like a dragon. Take 3 to 4 deep breaths. I'm talking about the kind of breaths that would blow out a forest fire. As you inhale, feel strength and determination flooding into your body. As you exhale, imagine all self-doubt and negativity leaving you. This isn't just breathing. It's a mental reset. Step 4. Eye contact with your soul. Now comes the intense part. Look deep into your own eyes. This isn't a staring contest with yourself, and it's definitely not the time to critique your appearance. You're looking beyond the surface, connecting with the real you beneath. It might feel weird at first, but stick with it. Step 5. Speak your truth. Here's where the magic happens. Tell yourself what you want, out loud. Watch your lips move. Hear your voice. Be specific and assertive. Instead of, "I hope I do well in the presentation," try, "I am confident and compelling in my presentation." Your mirror self needs clear instructions. Step 6. Rinse and repeat. This isn't a one-and-done deal. Make it a ritual. Do it at least twice a day. Morning and evening are ideal. Consistency is key. Think of it like brushing your teeth for your mind. Now I know what you're thinking. Talk to myself in the mirror. That's crazy talk. But remember, what seems crazy today might just be your ticket to success tomorrow. After all, if it worked for a drunk businessman and world leaders, imagine what it could do for you. Alright, put on your lab coats because we're about to get scientific. Don't worry, I promise to keep it more Bill Nye than Stephen Hawking. At its core, the mirror technique is all about hacking your brain. You see, your brain is like a supercomputer, and your subconscious mind is its operating system. The problem? Most of us are running on outdated software, filled with bugs like self-doubt and limiting beliefs. Enter the mirror technique. It's like a software update for your brain. When you combine the power of your words with the intensity of your gaze, you're essentially writing new code for your subconscious. It's like you're the programmer, the mirror is your computer screen, and your reflection is the user interface. But why does this work? It all comes down to something called neural plasticity. Your brain is constantly forming new neural connections based on your experiences and thoughts. When you practice the mirror technique, you're creating and strengthening neural pathways associated with confidence, self-assurance, and success. Moreover, there's a psychological concept called self-affirmation theory. It suggests that we can maintain our sense of self-integrity by telling ourselves positive messages. The mirror adds a powerful visual component to this, making the affirmations more impactful. There's also the element of visualization. Athletes have long used visualization techniques to improve performance. When you're telling yourself you're confident, while looking at your confident posture in the mirror, you're essentially visualizing your ideal self. Your brain doesn't always distinguish between vivid imagination and reality, so this visualization can translate into real-world confidence. Lastly, let's talk about eye contact. Making eye contact stimulates the limbic mirror system in the brain, which is involved in emotional processing. By maintaining eye contact with yourself, you're intensifying the emotional impact of your affirmations. So, the next time you feel silly talking to yourself in the mirror, remember, you're not being crazy, you're reprogramming your brain for success. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Sure, this all sounds great in theory, but does it actually work in the real world? Well, buckle up, because we're about to take a tour through history and see how some of the most influential people have used this very technique. Let's start with the bulldog himself, Winston Churchill. Known for his powerful speeches that rallied a nation during its darkest hour, Churchill had a secret weapon, his mirror. That's right, the man who said, "We shall fight on the beaches," first fought with his reflection. Churchill never made a speech of importance without first delivering it to his mirror. Imagine the intensity in those eyes as he practiced the words that would change the course of history. But Churchill wasn't the only world leader with a mirror habit. Woodrow Wilson, the 28th President of the United States, was also a mirror technique enthusiast. Known for his eloquence and intellectual prowess, Wilson used mirror practice to hone his presidential presence. It seems the path to the White House might just go through the looking glass. Now, let's step out of politics and into the realm of faith. Billy Sunday, one of the most celebrated and influential American evangelists of the early 20th century, was a master of the mirror technique. According to reports, he would bound about his hotel room, one foot on the windowsill, hands grasping the dressing table, all while lecturing his reflection in the mirror. His fiery sermons moved millions, and they were rehearsed in front of his own reflection. But it's not just historical figures who've benefited from this technique. Many modern-day athletes use mirror work to visualize their success before big competitions. Imagine a boxer face-to-face with their reflection, affirming their strength and skill before a big fight, or a gymnast visualizing a perfect routine while maintaining eye contact with themselves. Even in the corporate world, many successful CEOs and public speakers use the mirror technique to boost their confidence before important presentations or meetings. It's like having a personal pep talk with your own best cheerleader. These examples show us that the mirror technique isn't just some new age fad. It's a time-tested method used by some of the most successful and influential people throughout history. If it worked for them, imagine what it could do for you. All right, it's time for the moment you've all been waiting for, the results. What can you expect when you start making eyes at yourself in the mirror? Buckle up, because the changes might just blow your mind. First up, let's talk about confidence. Remember how you felt on your first day of school? That mix of excitement and terror. Well, regular use of the mirror technique can turn that into the confidence of a seasoned pro. We're talking about the kind of confidence that doesn't just make you feel good. It radiates from your eyes and changes how people perceive you. You'll walk into rooms like you own them, and guess what? People will start treating you like you do. Next, let's chat about your physical presence. You know those people who seem to command attention just by entering a room? That could be you. The mirror technique improves your posture and body language. You'll stand taller, move with purpose, and exude an air of self-assurance that's downright magnetic. It's like you're wearing an invisible cape of awesomeness. But wait, there's more. No, I'm not trying to sell you a set of knives. The mirror technique also supercharges your charisma. You'll find yourself speaking with more conviction, your words carrying weight and impact. Whether you're giving a presentation at work or chatting up a cutie at a coffee shop, you'll have that extra oomph that makes people want to listen. Now let's talk about goal setting. You know how New Year's resolutions usually fizzle out by February? Not anymore. The mirror technique gives you laser-like focus on your goals. By regularly affirming what you want to achieve, you're programming your brain to spot opportunities and stay motivated. It's like having a personal GPS for success. But perhaps the most powerful result is how it changes your inner dialogue. You know that annoying voice in your head that likes to point out all your flaws and shortcomings? Well, it's about to get a makeover. With consistent mirror work, you'll find that negative self-talk transforming into a powerful, supportive inner cheerleader. Goodbye, inner critic. Hello, inner champion. Now, I know what you're thinking. This sounds too good to be true, and you're right to be skeptical. The mirror technique isn't a magic wand that will solve all your problems overnight. It's more like a mental gym. The more you work at it, the stronger you get. But stick with it, and I promise you'll be amazed at the person staring back at you in the mirror. Now, I'm not saying this is some magic spell that'll make you rich and famous overnight. But what it will do is help you tap into your inner strength and build the confidence you need to chase your dreams. So, why not give it a try? Stand tall, look yourself in the eye, and tell yourself what you're capable of. You might just be amazed at what happens next. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And hey, let me know in the comments if you've tried the mirror technique and how it worked for you. Until next time, keep believing in yourself and keep pushing forward.